Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today's going to be a little bit different. Today is going to be a tutorial on how to install pretty much any game/app on a Windows 11 device. So for those of you that don't know, Windows 11 will officially support running Android games/apps. It's something I've been wanting to see for a long time. I'm glad it's finally here. But the catch is right now is it's going to be only through the Amazon Appstore because Microsoft and Amazon have a contract/agreement. And technically you can't even get the Amazon App Store right now. It's only available for the Windows Insider program. I'll be showing you guys how to do that. And there's only like 50 apps or so that you can get from there right now because it's in testing phase. But the main thing is with getting the Amazon App Store, it downloads the Windows Subsystem for Android, which is what's new on Windows 11 and allows us to run Android games and apps. And so we're not going to be showing you how to download and install apps from the Amazon App Store. We're going to be showing you how to download and install APKs, sideloading them on a Windows 11 PC. So for those of you that don't know what an APK is, on an Android device, you're not just limited to downloading games and apps from the Google Play Store like you are the App Store on an Apple device. You can download these APKs from the internet, install them on your Android device, and then run them like you would a normal app that you got from the Play Store. But just want to let you know that certain games and apps may not work with this method. Some of them are reliant on the Google Play Store and services to be able to run. We're not downloading and using Google Play Store and services in this method. There are tutorials on how to get the Google Play Store and stuff on Windows 11, but those are a lot more complicated in my opinion. I wanted to keep this simple enough for basic users that can just use command prompt and stuff. And then also some of these games and apps may not run just because the system is so new and it's still technically in beta and it may be finicky and some may not run well. But either which way, it's pretty cool to see these apps actually run on the system natively and not having to use emulators. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Alright, so before we get into this, I want to let you guys know you need to have a device capable of running Windows 11 and it needs to be downloaded and installed to do any of the stuff I'm going to be showing you in this video, obviously. But first step, we're going to go to this magnifying glass down here. We're going to type in settings, and then after that we're going to go to Windows Update right here, and then we're going to click on Windows Insider Program and we're going to join the Windows Insider Program. It'll take you through some prompts. One of them will ask you what you want your insider settings to be: dev channel, beta channel, or release preview. You're going to choose beta channel. It should already be selected. Finish out those prompts and then it'll ask you to restart your computer. Once you restart your computer and boot back up, you're good to go. Go back to settings and then click on Windows Update again. Check for updates and then download and install any system updates and keep checking for them. Make sure everything is done. And then after that, you're going to close out of that and you're going to go to the Microsoft Store. And we need to make sure we update the Microsoft Store as well. So go to Library. There is a button behind my face cam called Library. Hit Get Updates and install every update that you have. There will be a Microsoft Store update. There might be multiple. Make sure this Microsoft Store is all up to date. And also, I want to let you guys know, you need to check for updates after the Windows Insider program. If you do the updates before the Windows Insider program, if you go and look for the Amazon App Store, which will be showing you how to download, it will not be there. So there is a Microsoft Store update after you join the Windows Insider program that will allow the Amazon App Store to be there for you to download. Alright, so the next step, we're going to go back to the magnifying glass and we're going to type in turn Windows features on or off. It should automatically pop up. Click on it, then you're going to scroll down and you're going to make sure you have virtual machine platform enabled. If not, go ahead and enable it. Just want to let you guys know, those of you that use an emulator like Nox Player or BlueStacks, once you enable this, they will not work anymore. You cannot have this enabled and run an emulator, and you can't run an app through the Windows Subsystem for Android, which is what Windows 11 uses to be able to run these apps and run an emulator at the same time. You got to choose. So if you want to go back to running Nox or something like that, you need to turn this off. So once you click on this and you click OK, it'll apply the changes and it'll ask you to restart your computer, and then you are ready for the next step. So once you've done that and you booted back up, we're going to go back to the Microsoft Store, and this time we're going to search for the Amazon App Store. So we need to download the Amazon App Store in order to get the Windows Subsystem for Android installed as well. So just click install. It'll take you through a few prompts, and then once you do that, you're ready to go. So just hit download and then I'll be back once it's finished downloading. Alright, so once that's done downloading, if you click open and you get this error message, I don't get it every time, but sometimes I do and I got it again. Click OK, and if you go to the magnifying glass and you type in Amazon App Store, it won't show there. So it's showing that it's not actually downloaded, but it did install the Windows Subsystem for Android. So there is a fix to this. If you click on App Settings, or if you right click it and go to App Settings, once that loads up, there's a setting we need to change and then you'll restart your computer. So if you enable this runs at login, once you reboot your computer, it'll set up and it'll say a firewall message. Do you trust this application? It'll say Windows Subsystem for Android. Hit yes, and then it'll run, and then you should see Amazon Appstore and Windows Subsystem for Android pop up when you search for them, and then you are good to go. All right, so I actually just went ahead and restarted my computer so I could show you guys. If you go to the magnifying glass, and now after the reboot, you type in Amazon Appstore, there it is, and then you can load it up, and that means the Windows Subsystem for Android will be running now as well. Okay, so for the next step, we're gonna go back to the magnifying glass, and now we're gonna type in Windows Subsystem for Android. We're gonna click on it and actually open the app. Once you get in here, I normally will turn the subsystem resources to continuous. So that means that it'll keep running once you start an app and it won't stop. As needed, it'll take longer for the apps to run. But if you have a lower NPC, you might want to keep it on as needed. So it's just up to you. But the main thing we're looking to do here is developer mode, turn that on. So once that's on, we're good to go to the next step. All right, so after that, we need to download the ADB tool or Android debugging bridge. I put the link in the description. It'll take you to this site right here. Once you get to the site, download SDK platform tools for Windows. Click on that, scroll down, accept the license agreement, and then hit download for Windows. Once it's downloaded, go to your file explorer and then go to downloads, and then you're gonna click on it, and then you're gonna hit extract all. Once that's done, I don't normally touch this, I just let it go to that folder, hit extract, and then once it's done extracting, I will show you guys the next step. Okay, so once that's done extracting, you should see this folder pop up underneath it if you did just the default. So the default, I'm pretty sure we'll just put it in the same folder that the zip was. But now we need to download the APK or game or app that we want to install. So I like to use APK Mirror. It's one of the safest APK downloaders out there. And I'm just gonna download Madden Mobile. It's on top of my head. I haven't played it in years, but it's a popular game. So just click this right here, choose whatever version of it you want. Normally you have to choose the most up-to-date version, or some of the older ones won't work. So I'm just gonna go with the most up-to-date one, and then I'm gonna choose this one right here. It doesn't matter really which one you choose, being on a 64-bit processor or PC. So let's go ahead and download that, and then if you have an ad blocker, it'll make you wait 15 seconds. But when that's done, then you're just gonna click download APK. If it doesn't automatically start, just click here, that little button, but it's already started. So now it's time to get in the next step. Okay, so next up, we need to make sure we copy this APK file that we just downloaded, Control C, and then we need to paste it in this platform tools folder, and then Control V. So once that's in there, now we need to open up the Windows Subsystem for Android again, click on that, and we need to keep this IP address available. So if it says unavailable and you hit refresh and it doesn't show up, hit manage developer settings. It'll start the Windows Subsystem for Android, and then after that, you should be able to click refresh and it'll have your IP address now. So, or you could do that through just opening the Amazon Appstore, since it uses the subsystem, and then I'll boot it up as well. And so now we have the IP address available for us that we need. Leave this window up along with the File Explorer window that has the platform tools folder pulled up. Go back to the magnifying glass, type in command prompt, hit run as administrator. It has to run as an administrator or it won't work. Then type in CD space, go to the File Explorer, left click up here, then copy that, go back to command prompt, Control V, enter, and then it'll show this. Then we're gonna go back to the Windows Subsystem for Android, and we're gonna copy this IP address. Then we're gonna go back to the command prompt. Then we're gonna type in ADB connect, and we're gonna paste that IP address, enter. Now, it already says already connected, I've already done this. But if you see something that says failed to authenticate, just type in ADB connect again with the IP address, and it'll show you already connected and it'll work now. And so now we are finally down to the last step. So we're gonna go back to this File Explorer in the Platform Tools folder. We're gonna right click, show more options, rename, and then we're gonna copy this whole thing right here. Go back to command prompt, and we're gonna type in ADB install, Control V, paste that there, enter. It'll say performing streamed install, success. There you go. You are now officially done. You can close out of all this. You don't need to do anything else. You go here to the magnifying glass and you search whatever your app name is. Mine's Madden Mobile. There you go. Click on that. Look at that. We are now running Madden Mobile, an Android app on Windows 11 without an emulator. Crazy stuff right here, and I'll show you guys a little bit of this. Now, for those of you that are watching, because my channel is based a lot around 9 innings, 9 innings, it's weird. It'll be detected as an emulator sometimes, but sometimes it'll let you load in. I don't know why it does that. It just does. So it may let you in the first time you load the app, but then you may get sometimes it'll say, hey, we recognize that you are using an emulator. Just keep trying to load it, and eventually it'll load it. I don't know why. Sometimes it'll work, and then a lot of times it'll detect it as an emulator. So it's worked for me before. It's how I was able to do one of my live streams, but I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know why it doesn't work and it gets detected as an emulator. I mean, technically this, I don't know. Okay, and as you can see, we have loaded in. Normally what I will do when I run these apps, I'll run them as administrator. I feel like they run a little bit better when they do. I don't know why. But as you can see, we can go into Ultimate Team and we can do whatever. I don't even play this game at all, so I don't know how to do this journey. Can I get any gameplay for you guys? I'm gonna try. Let's just tap here. It's been years. I mean, I played this a ton in 2016, but I have not played the game since. So we went ahead and just made a guest account. We called it Edemus. I don't know why. I used to say that back in high school with all my buddies and stuff. So, but we'll go ahead and let this load in and show you guys some gameplay. Okay, so we loaded in. Let's go ahead and just do this real quick right here. Snap ball and try and get all these zones and stuff. I'm guessing is this like the tutorial or something? I have no clue. It's been a long time since I played this game, and I'm playing with the mouse, so I can't really do the skill moves either. I'm just trying to get everything. Right, 9 zones right there. We just need to get one more. And it's running very, very smooth. I mean, some apps may not run as smooth, but it runs well. Obviously I have a pretty beast PC with a 9900K and 3060 Ti and stuff, but either way, you should be able to run these games fine. Continue there. As you can see, there's the gameplay right there. We can go ahead and just close out of that now that you guys have seen that. I also want to show you guys, if you go back here and you right click, you can pin it to the taskbar and it'll show up right there. You can also go to open file location and you can create a desktop shortcut and it'll show up in your desktop as well. So we create shortcut, move that to the desktop. Right there, just like any other app, and you can just load it. I mean, it'll load right up, just like that. Like I said, I like to run it as administrator. I don't know if it makes any difference, but as you can see, the game runs perfectly fine. And like I said, 9 innings, for some reason, it'll be detected as an emulator sometimes, but sometimes you can bypass it. It's a hit or miss. But right now, with the emulator, whole thing with the emulator in 9 innings and not being able to run it on certain things except for Android 4, I don't really know. So one thing I wanted to mention is I don't think you can run multiple instances of the app at the same time like you can with an emulator. So on an emulator, if you have an app, you can have multiple windows and multiple instances of it open at the same time. I don't believe you can do that here with these apps. I've only been able to run one at a time like it is on an Android device. If you click here, open that up, it'll pop up like in this little window like you would on an emulator, but if you click it again, it just goes back to here. So I don't think you can. You might be able to. I may be wrong, but I want to let you guys know that as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If it was helpful, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any questions or any comments or anything, and I'd be more than willing to help you guys out. I'm going to try and keep the links updated and stuff as well. Things might change those by the time you see this video. But that's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Like I said, it was a little bit different, but I wanted to show you guys how to do this. A lot of you guys have been asking me since I told you guys I was using Windows 11 to run 9 innings that one stream. So that's how you do it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, go ahead and leave a like and subscribe. And with that said, I'll see you guys next time.